Tonight's tonight. Game one of the Florida Panthers at Carolina Hurricanes is tonight. Game one, it will be something that I like to call a retribution for the Hurricanes. Because 2 years ago, we faced each other in the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals Series. And as you already know by then, the Florida Panthers has swept the Carolina Hurricanes in four. They have swept them from the Matthew Tkachuk overtime winners and a Matthew Tkachuk game winner with approximately 4 seconds left of the game. And in doing so, sweeping the Carolina Hurricanes. And I don't care what their coach says, we did sweep the Carolina Hurricanes. The stats there. It's on the record books in history. It is a sweep. So I don't care what they say. In the past 2 seasons, we had some difficulties. Like a couple of years, actually last year, Carolina Hurricanes beat us 2-1 in the series, in regular season series. This season is the opposite. What could have been a sweep turned into a 2-1. Either way, Panthers have the Hurricanes number this season. The first game was 6-3 back in November 29th of the game one. That was when, Lundell, Greer was really good at that time, and they're still really good. Jesper Boquist scoring the goal, and really Anton Lundell was just absolutely amazing in that game. He even scored a shorthanded goal, that one. It was a 6-3 victory. That was when Bobrovsky was on net that night. And at that time, we had Spencer Knight at game 2 of the road and home back-to-back game. The Panthers dominated that game 6-0 against the Carolina Hurricanes, making Spencer Knight a 20-save shutout victory over the Carolina Hurricanes. So, both of which were absolutely fantastic victories. Then, to start the year off, the Hurricanes did beat the Panthers 3-1. That was when Nashis was scoring goals, and especially the empty netter, and Jacob Slavin and Brett Burns. So those are the players. Those are some of the players that we have to watch out for. But those two teams meet again in the Eastern Conference Finals. Look, Carolina Hurricanes are looking to get to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time, I believe, since 2006. While the Panthers looking to get back to the Stanley Cup Final for the 3rd time in a row. That has never happened in history before. But they're looking to do that. So I would imagine it is going to be Sergei Bobrovsky, which of course, the goaltender for them probably going to be Koshkov, if I said it so correctly, damn. That's probably going to be the goaltender, or Frederick Anderson, who we did play against a couple of seasons back. But we'll see what happens here. For the leaders, Sam Reinhart, of course. Matthew Tkachuk was he was not much to be around in the second round. So maybe they're still doing the groin issue, but even then, you played through some of the groin issues before, so I don't think there's any excuse. Barkov, I think, will be okay. Reinhardt, I think, will do good. Sam Bennett is definitely gonna still dominate. Maybe Matthew Tkachuk will continue where he left off against the Carolina Hurricanes. That's gonna be something. But for the Carolina Hurricanes players, I mean, obviously Sebastian Aho is still a really dangerous player from the Carolina Hurricanes that we need to watch out for. He has 29 goals of the season. His assists is 45. So in total, he has 74 points. Seth Jarvis has 32 goals, so he is the highest scoring leader in the Carolina Hurricanes team as of right now with 32. So Seth Jarvis is that player to watch out for as well. Then you got, I believe, Jordan Stoll is still part of that team. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. They are definitely not looking to get swept. And regarding the series with the Panthers and Hurricanes, I don't think this is going to be a sweep this time. I think the Carolina Hurricanes are finally going to break loose and finally win one game in the Eastern Conference Finals series. But the Panthers had their number for years, so we'll see what happens with this one. But last time these two meet, you know, drill a 4-game sweep, and 4 overtime game. Remember that one? I didn't even do the recap until like 2 in the morning that night. That was game 1. That was Matthew Tkachuk scoring against Frederick Anderson. Game 2, same thing, except it was in single overtime. Matthew Tkachuk. Game 3, the only score was 1-0, and then 4-3 with Matthew Tkachuk game winner. But we'll see what happens. Players to watch out for, of course, Jordan Staal, I believe, is still part of the team as far as I remember. Sebastian Aho, definitely. Seth Jarvis. Andrei Sveshnikov definitely needs to keep in check as well. He is definitely a dangerous player. And as well as others. If there's anyone I missed, please let me know. Regarding that, Brett Burns as well needs to keep in check. But this is going to be different. This is with Brad Marchand this time. But yeah, Panthers versus Hurricanes tonight, 8 o'clock. All of the games are going to be at 8 o'clock once every 2 days. Tonight's game 1, Thursday game 2. That they're both in Raleigh, North Carolina. Starting in Florida, game 3 would be on Saturday. Monday's game 4. Could we see a sweep? Probably not. And game 5 would be on Wednesday, which I think it's going to be necessary this time. It's going to be necessary. Game 6 would be on Friday, and June hockey, game 7, if necessary, would be June 1st. And Panthers go back to Stanley Cup Finals. Who would you rather face? The Dallas Stars, who was the new opponents, or do we see a rematch of the Stanley Cup Finals last year? I don't know if this is going to go to 7 this time, like with the Leafs. I certainly don't think it's going to be a sweep this time. I certainly don't think so. But if it is, then it is, which means Carolina Hurricanes are pretty cursed with Eastern Conference Finals. But every season and every series is different. But we'll see what happens with this one. As I'm not thinking about the Western Conference right now. I'm thinking about this series. And the only thing that matters now is getting back to the Stanley Cup Final for the 3rd straight year and looking to repeat as champions, as a defending Stanley Cup champion. So let's see what happens with this series. Let's go Panthers, and let's shock the world. So that's good too for this one. Go Panthers. If you like this video, hit the subscribe for content. And yeah, man, absolutely. This is my TV channel, folks. Have a good day.